Today we're going to be looking at this. This is the Teufel THX System 6 speaker. Basically it comes as a package with 5 speakers and 2 subwoofers. Let's begin. So first of all, let's go over the features. Feature number 1, they are THX, as you can see, THX certified. Feature number 2, they are very compact in design and measure only 15 centimeters in depth. The third feature is that they have dipole surround speakers. They are also wall mountable. They come with 2 grille options. They come in a satin lacquered finish, which is quite nice and not too glossy, so you don't get too much reflection from the screen. They have a solid MDF construction. They also have gold-plated speaker terminals, which accept banana plugs and thick speaker wire. The subwoofer I don't have on me right now, because obviously, but it has a recessed amplifier, so you can put it right against the wall, which is very good for those of you who are short on space. It has a 12-inch woofer, or 300 millimeters for those of you on metric system, and it has specialized airstream technology, which is referring to the front ported design, and the aim of that is to reduce port chuffing at high volumes. There are a number of interesting features about these speakers, and I would say the first interesting feature is the materials that are used. So the first thing, as you can see, the cone is flat, absolutely flat, and the reason for that is it aids the dispersion of sound across multiple areas in the room. It's also made of a fiberglass material. The second thing is the tweeter unit. It's a silk dome unit. Another thing is that this box here, it's a sealed design, so no ports whatsoever. You'll notice that it's arranged in an MTM arrangement, which means mid-driver, tweeter, mid-driver. And this also helps get a very even linear sound from lots of positions, which eliminates acoustic lobing. And even if you look at the design, these 2 drivers are placed so closely together with this tweeter in the middle. They're all very close together. And that's not by chance. They've done this on purpose to reduce lobing effects. The other interesting thing about this speaker system is that it features dipole surrounds, and dipole surrounds I'll go into more detail in a separate video, but what they're really good for is having a very wide sound field in a very small space. So a typical living room environment won't be very big, but a dipole will give you a very large sound field, and quite believable, I think, too. At the moment, I still think it's the best way to set up your cinema room, and interestingly, these dipole speakers come with a rear mounted woofer, so they have the drivers on the sides, and at the back of the unit there's a separate woofer there as well, and I guess that's to enhance the bass response of the speaker. The dipole speakers also featured exactly the same technology as you see in the fronts, in terms of the flat design and the materials used, so that way you get a better integrated sound. The dipoles also have interchangeable grills, just like you get with the front speakers. One interesting thing about this speaker system when compared to other speaker systems is this here, this THX stamp of approval, and in this case the system is THX Certified Select, and I'll explain to you a little bit later what that means exactly. Also, I've noticed that these speakers are actually the poster boy on the THX website, so they're kind of not mucking around. So now we're on to the section about how do these Teufel speakers sound in a real listening environment. In one word, excellent. They are absolutely excellent speakers. I'm very happy to have bought these speakers. So we're going to start off with the pros. The first pro is they're compact, as mentioned before, and they're high quality in terms of their build. The second pro is that they're affordable because they are direct to manufacturer, so there's no middleman. It's you, manufacturer, nobody in between. So in theory, those cost savings should be passed on to you. The third benefit, I think, is that they're quite good looking speakers. With the grills on, they're not going to upset anybody. You know, they're satin black as well, so they're not attracting too much attention to themselves, which I think is good in a living room. The fourth pro about this speaker system is actually the Dipole speakers. In the price range, I would say it's the best surround speaker I've heard, and one of the best surround speakers I've heard, bar none anyway, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's a huge benefit for me. I've heard some Dipoles in the past and sometimes they sound a little bit fake, but these Dipoles, they're actually very good. The other thing I really like about these speakers is that, you know, a lot of people don't use speaker grills, but Teufel give you not one, but two sets of speaker grills based on your personal tastes. Just by the way, THX recommend that you put these on the speakers when you're playing movies. That's their recommendation. These speakers are made for linear response with the grills on. Another reason why I think this is an absolutely fantastic system is it's the very linear response that you're getting from seat to seat. It's all made possible because of this MTM arrangement. The flat drivers, all these principles are exactly what you're looking for in LCR speakers and in a home theater environment. This is exactly what you're looking for. It's not just you, the person in the middle, that's getting the sweet spot. Lots of people in the room are going to have a very good audio experience too. The other thing about these speakers is that they're very, very detailed. I was very surprised because looking at the price range and all that sort of stuff, you know, they're very, very detailed speakers. Just 2-3 weeks ago, I was comparing two of these against KEF LS50s, right? And if you want to have a look at my KEF LS50 video, I have a video on the LS50. But when I put these against the LS50s in acoustic music, so not music where you have a lot of bass, right? So in acoustic music, and what I was listening to was some violin music, right? And these speakers, these Teufel speakers, they were actually more resolving than those KEF LS50s. I was very, very, very surprised about that. And you know, what did it for me is like, when you're listening to violin music, the bow changes, you can hear the bow biting into the string. And with these, it's something else. I have to say, very, very good at that. The other amazing thing I would say about these speakers is that they're very speedy, they're very agile. And I don't know why, you know, it could be a number of things, but I have a feeling it's because of the sealed design. When there's effects that are steering from left to right, for example, they come and they go away. There's no latency, it's just here, gone, you know. So I would say that's an excellent thing. Very, very good at that, these speakers. And that makes them very good for effects, especially. I would also say that makes them very good for movies with a lot of dynamics. And I would also say that it makes them very good for games as well. For games, if any of you are gamers, you're gonna like this system. The other benefit is that, taking into account like the design principles of this speaker, it's actually quite good for music. It's not the best for music, but it will get you there, definitely. I would say that the sound, it's definitely a dry sound, but very detailed sound. And with the grills off, it can be a little bit on the bright side, definitely on the bright side. And I would say that it kind of closely resembles like the B&W sort of sound in terms of the sound signature. Take away the edgy treble. I've always found B&W have quite an edgy treble, and it's also better integrated, the treble too. Another good thing about this company is that basically, because they're all about the movies, they sell like little accessories that you can use to to make things a little bit more convenient for yourself. So for example, there's an accessory to turn your subwoofers into wireless subwoofers, so you don't need a long RCA cable going from your amplifier to your subwoofers. Another thing they do is another wireless accessory, but for your surround speakers, which again I think is really good. A lot of people hate kind of wiring that sort of stuff in, so there's some definite utility there to be gained. Now we're going to move on to the negatives about this speaker system, and the first negative I would say is the email support. I sent Teufel an email, it must be a few weeks ago. It's definitely weeks, you know, and I've still not heard anything back. And it's not just me, I've looked in the forums and stuff like that, and a lot of people are complaining about the same problem from this manufacturer. That's a little bit upsetting. I'll be honest, the other thing that I kind of don't like about this speaker is the name. Okay, and the reason for that is because it's not very memorable. You know, a lot of people don't know how to say it right as well. Like I've heard people call it Teufel or Teufel or something like that. Teufel, 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 Teufel. But really it's pronounced Teufel in German. Teufel.
And you, my friend, are responsible for delaying my rendezvous with Star Command. You are a toy!
So, yeah, I mean, in English it sounds a little bit odd, but apparently in German it means devil or Satan. So, I have to say they do have a devilish charm. Another downside about Teufel, I think again it's as a brand, is their pricing structure. Their pricing structure is all over the place. I've looked at their website multiple times since I bought these. I bought my speakers just last month and they were on a sale. And I've checked today and they've gone down another £200. So my message to Teufel, please just give us one price, because it's kind of upsetting when you go back and then you're looking at it, what the price is, and it's gone down again, even though you thought like you got a good deal. It's a little bit upsetting from my perspective. You lie. Another con about the speaker system, this time the actual system, it's the subwoofers. I think that, you know, they're not really true subwoofers. So first of all, they're ported design, which is fine, but only 240 watts. The other thing is you have a roll off in the frequency response at around 30 hertz, or between 25 and 30 hertz. And, you know, I don't think that's the best. For music, it's not the most versatile as well. You know, there's other subwoofers that you can have that will be a lot more musical and do the movies as well. So, you know, but the price, to be fair, when you consider that for the whole system, you're paying like £1,200 or £1,500 for the whole system and you get two subwoofers, that's pretty good still. The other thing I don't like about the subwoofers is the build. I mean, just look what the website says. Laminate. Like, what is this, flooring, or what is this? Laminate? In short, I think the whole system is still very good value for money, but if you want like to make it even better, you might want to buy your subwoofers separately. So now to sum everything up, the price of these today is £1,289, which is a very good price, and that's for the entire 5.2 package. So the price is good, the design is nice, the performance is also exceptional for movies. Am I keeping mine? Yes. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would recommend it. Any updates, I'll put them in the comments below. Thanks for watching the video. Did you like it? If you did, then please give us a like. Subscribe if you want to see more content. I'll see you next time.